Hey guys, what's up? So today we are in part 3 of I just broke something. Part 3 of the city build. And this is the last part that I'm going to record today. So, I probably already broke some glass. So we're gonna start off with the harbor. This build is gigantic. On the right side, we have a huge store of wood products. We got chests. There's some wood products in there as well. We got chests, barrels, and just logs in general, imported from various other cities and nations. Over here is the big stockpile of just wood products, not exactly like raw logs like they're over here. Now, some of these logs are also a little fancy, like dark oak you'll find over here. A lot of dark oak, mostly. But there's also some spruce. The spruce is the main wood type of this entire city, so that's why there's so much of it. Even though they do have their own spruce forest, they still need imports of it. Here we have the dock itself. I just want to point out just how it looks because I'm really proud of it. There are ways inside, but it's a little empty. It'll get done eventually, but for now it's a bit empty. And then we head off to the left side of the dock. I hope I didn't call the other side the left side because this is the left side. This is where the stone imports go. I still have a cough. We got just some deep slate, some basalt, I want to say, and then we have the actual stone itself, of course. Stone and gravel go right here. Then some ores as well, because ores, even though it is a mining city, they still need to be imported. However, a lot of this is actually going to be exported, because that's also what a harbor is for. It's for importing and exporting. Let's venture over here next, because this is the first building that I built in this city. This is the Titan's Blood Inn. This is Titan's Blood Tavern, sorry. That has no reference to any shows whatsoever. Trust me, I am a genius. I would not reference anything at all. Now, that is the front entrance over there, but the front entrance is a tad boring, so we're going to go through the side entrance, because the side entrance is a nice little area with some plants, some foliage, some seats, and some tables. You guys think I can get a nice view of the windows here as well. We're going to head right in. This is the tables, or this is the main dining area, rather, not the tables. You'll have your tables here, some swords on the wall, some flowers, some chandeliers, of course, and then a big thing to hold the building up. You go over here. There's also a way to get up onto the logs from over here if you need to get mostly to get to the barrels. You'll have your signs right here. These are racks for probably knives or meat. I don't really know what you would put in tavern. And then you head on back to the back room. This is like sort of a break room for the employees. You'll have your chests. You'll have your bookshelf. It's a storage / break room, I suppose. Now you'll notice right here there's a sink, and you know what that sink means. That's right. There's still plumbing. You're not gonna get me this time, because I am always one step ahead of you. Anyways, sorry, I tend to cough a bit. It's like sort of still allergy season for me, and I tend to cough a bit more when I talk so much. And this is the third video in a row, so I'm gonna cough a bit. So we go up the stairs here, and then we get to the more in part of the tavern, where you can stay. First, we're gonna go over Henry's room. This is Henry's room, and it's Henry's room because of Henry. Henry! This is Henry. He was my first resident, and he is one of two because I forgot to put residents in most of the other buildings besides this one. Henry, I'm gonna need you to not escape when I put this. Don't escape. Yeah, that's Henry. Say hi to Henry. That's his room. We leave Henry alone. He's having a nice life. Over here, we have another room up for rent, I suppose. Got some nice bookshelves, nice bed, chest over there. And then finally, nice armor stand right here, of course, with an axe. There was originally going to be an attic here, because that was a nice voice crack again. There was a lot of room up in the up in the ceiling. I'll show you, actually. There's a ton of room up here. But then I decided, why not just make it feel a little closed off? You don't have to use all the space available to you. So I did. There's some nice plants all along these windows. And finally we get to this back room, and this is one of the last bedrooms available. Some bookshelves, some bed, and a wardrobe, of course. A nice big table. And that is all for the tavern. Give it up for the tavern! Woo! That was so stupid. Let's head out the front entrance. We got a Titans Tavern sign right there. Now, next, we will actually go over here to one of my most anticipated parts. This, right here, this gigantic, huge building, this is the museum. Because every good town needs to celebrate its culture, its heritage, and its history. And since this is not only a town, not only a city, but also a country, it's all three at once, it needs to celebrate its history. So we go in here. This is the art gallery. Got some paintings. Got this big statue here. This statue, I don't think I named it, but what I was going to call it was the portal, because it looks like a portal. And I imagine whoever would have sculpted it would have had the same thought. This would be in the history of the world. This would be a collection of paintings all by the same painter who just made like 5 or so paintings before they passed on. I don't know what I was gonna put here. I don't know why this is empty. Did I accidentally get rid of that? Maybe, I don't know. But yeah. Next we have the display room. This room displays the history a bit better. I remember what I was doing with these. These statues. This is a statue that's a fountain technically. These are remnants of an old civilization that was here before this city. That's why they're all made of very weathered copper. So first, this little area also has some dioramas. First we have this diorama right here is of a miner, because it is a mining city. Then we have an amethyst, we have quartzite, we have aquamarine, a soul diamond, fossilized aether, copper geode, and a jade. And this is coming soon. This is going to be a little area so you can see what a mine looks like, but I haven't built it yet. Over here we have a bunch of old mining helmets that were recovered from the caves. This is from the old civilization that I was talking about. You go up here, you go across this silly little bridge, and there's a much bigger display up here of how the mines work. You even got a person mining over here. Nope, they're eating food. Never mind. Man, I get things wrong quite a bit. And finally, my favorite part right here. This is the aquarium. This is where those, I'm not sure if you remember from episode 2, this is where those big, gigantic copper pipes lead. This is the aquarium. Now, the aquarium base itself is made of the same weathered copper, but I believe when I built this, the intention was not to make it one of the collection from those. I believe this is supposed to be its own thing, made by this current country rather than the old one. There's some squids and glow squids in there, but they all spend their time in that tiny little cave that I made. I don't know why. And finally, if you're a kid, you can crawl through from one room to another. That's all that's for. I just thought it'd be fun, because when you're a kid, you want to crawl. That's your thing. That's what kids do. They crawl all over the place and they get in your way. That was a little rude to kids. But I digress. Anyways, this is the newspaper office, is what I'm going to show you last here. This newspaper office took quite a bit to build, because I took a break midway through building it, because I needed to come up with more ideas of what to add to it. So there's some fresh news and new scoops. Daily papers, 4 irons. The currency here is various coins made of various materials, and the worth of the coin scales up with the material. I believe an iron is worth $1 USD, which is $1 US. So that's $4 for a newspaper, which I don't think is bad. So you go in here, you got a nice little reception area. for this little part of the city. You got some chests up there for storage. This room is a bit bare. I might add more to this sometime. Then you have the nice little area where people actually write the papers. Got 3 separate desks for people to write the papers in. Of course, there's the pencils as well. They're made of levers. Don't worry about it. You go over here. This is the newspaper little station. You got big stacks of newspaper and then a single one over yonder. And finally, my proudest achievement of this build is the paper printing press. There's some levers here. There's some big file cabinets over there, and this is the paper printing press. What I imagine you do, I imagine you put a copy of the paper in there. Now, I know this isn't how printing presses work in real life, I don't believe, but this is how printing presses work in this world, in this country. You put the paper in there, the machine reads what letters the paper has on it, and then it stamps the next paper. Down, like this paper right here, it would stamp that paper with the ink corresponding to the letters that it would have on there. You got a nice table here. You got some more shelves. And finally, you have the big storage room for all the filing cabinets. So all that's really missing from this building, personally, in my opinion, is just this room needs to have a bit more decoration in it, I think. And a bit more light. Why is it so dark in here? Maybe that's why it's so bland in here, it's just too dark. No, it's probably just bland. So that's all for that building. I'm going to show you one more thing before I turn the video off. And it's this. This is the quarry. This is the crowning jewel of the entire city. It's not fancy, but it is the livelihood of the entire city. You see, you got this here. This is a big crane moving this big, huge chunk of rock out of there and up into the surface. And from there, this is the thing itself. You go down here, and there's big stone stairs that lead you all the way to the very bottom. I'm just gonna give you a speed run of what's important. There's a lot of cobblestone there. There's a lot of like little like bits of ore and stone and all over the place around here. But the important bits, first of all, right here. This is one of the old buildings. This is one of the old areas. Got some jam there. That's just jam, I promise. Chest full of nothing because I didn't put anything in there. This is a dungeon. Not a Minecraft dungeon, keep in mind. This is a dungeon made by the old country. So that's that. And then you go down here further and there's a little mining tunnel here. It's a very nice little mining tunnel, but it's just a mining tunnel. And there's gonna be more added here eventually. There's gonna be more little individual mining tunnels. But for now, that is all for this time. If you guys did enjoy the video, please have a good day. And even if you didn't enjoy the video, please do have a good day. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.